Hello everybody. um, Today we have this Mercedes Citan 2016 1.5 DCI, and we're gonna do a timing belt on it. Let's begin. Now we're gonna take this mud guard off. We have Torx 25 here, Torx 25 here. I have these plugs, take them off here, 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 and here. There's one more screw here, but I was wrong. This one and this one, they are T20. Next we're gonna take this plate off. Alternator belt off. I've just removed the fuel lines that were here to make a bit of space for us. I've also taken the fuel filter and bracket away, again to make a bit more space. Somewhere there, under the starter motor, there should be a bolt that I have to remove. That's where the locking pin goes to lock the flywheel, the crankshaft basically. Unfortunately you can't see it, even I can't see it. I can only feel it with my hand. So this is the bolt I had to take out. I had to use E14 socket. Now this is the pin I'm gonna use to lock the crankshaft. There's a part number here if you can see it. Yeah, I'm just gonna make it ready for now. I'm not gonna screw this in fully. Using a trolley jack and a block of wood, I'm supporting the engine. As now, I'm gonna remove this engine mounting bracket. $16mm socket. Engine mount is off. Right, the cover is off. We got some clips here, on here, here, and also here we have plastic clip which looks like a screw, but it's just a pushing clip. For this aluminum plate, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10mm bolts. If you can see here, very shiny. I think the belt has been touching this. I also noticed, I don't know if it's supposed to be like that now, but this tensioner this mark supposed to be here. And the belt feels quite loose. Well, they do stretch in time a bit, but okay. I'm telling you, this guy was very lucky. Let me see if I can show you. So yeah, so over there, that's a tooth from the belt, and I think here there's a tooth missing. 2 of them. One here, one here. He was lucky. Now I'm gonna remove this crankshaft pulley. Now the pulley is off, and on this bolt I'm gonna add one more washer. Use it as a spacer. We put the bolt back in here, and then we're gonna time the engine. Timing. So basically, one pin will go here in this slot here of the camshaft pulley. And then there's another hole behind the pulley, somewhere around here, and that's gonna lock there. We also have the pin under the starter motor. So when we have the camshaft roughly in this position, that's the moment when we can actually slide the pin in for the crankshaft, which I just did. Now I'm gonna turn the crankshaft until it's gonna lock. That's it. Now it's on the lock. And this pin should go in here and slide in nicely. But it doesn't. So that's not an issue. Anyway, we're gonna have to slacken these bolts, and then we can just go in. So 8mm spanner. Slacken these 3 little bolts. 18mm spanner for the center bolt. With this, we're just gonna slightly move it to the right. And now the pin goes in nice and easy. Right. Now I'm gonna take the tensioner out and start replacing. But before that, we're gonna remove the bottom cover as well. Again, this one has 1, 2, 3 clips on the side. 13mm on the tensioner bolt. This is very limited. Right, let's see. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four tooth missing. And some others, they were about to come off as well. Look at that. Look. Right, another thing I wanted to do, I found the bolt that matches here, because this is a hole where you can lock the fuel pump to be on the timing. So I just did that just to make sure that the fuel pump was not off the timing because of that belt. Seems to be all right. Carry on. Anyway, there's gonna be a mark on the belt that matches the mark here on the fuel pump gear. Right, now we're gonna remove we're gonna change the water pump, and to do that I have to remove this back cover, plastic one. That cover was held by 3 small bolts, like this, 8mm. Now again for the water pump, again we have 8mm bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, the bolts are off. Now it's about to get messy. There's actually 5 bolts on the water pump, and this one is not full. Oh yeah. Dripping everywhere. That's the baby. Now the gasket. I'll show you. This gasket is held together with the gasket for the oil pump. So what we have to do, we have to keep on turning it until it breaks off. and separates. That's it. Now I've cleaned the surface where the water pump gasket will go. I also cleaned the thread of the bolts, and I'm gonna put some liquid PTFE. Normally only one of them needs it, but for the safe side I'll just put on all of them. Right, the water pump is back on now. I couldn't find any information of the tightening torques for the bolts, so I just had to trust my feelings. Now this tensioner is got this little lip here that has to go in this gap here. The belt, like I said earlier, has got marks on it. One here for the camshaft pulley, one here for the fuel pump pulley, and another one here for the crankshaft pulley. Each pulley has their own markings. This pulley has a marking here, very clear. Yeah. The one for the fuel pump has the marking here, and the crankshaft has a marking here. Right, the belt is on. Bring the tensioner bolt close to being tight. I'm not going to tighten it yet, because we have to tension it. Now to tension it, we use an Allen key 6mm, and we go anti-clockwise. The tightening torque for the tensioner is 27 Newton meters. The tensioner bolt. That's it. So that's how the lip should be. I can't really point it exactly, but it should be this marking should be anywhere near the second line out. Ideally it has to be between those two lines, so let's see if I can get a better angle, because yeah, that's the best I can do. Right, now I'm gonna take out this little screw that I've just put here to lock the, you can see actually, this is the screw I just put here to make sure the fuel pump is on the timing, in the right position. In normal circumstances, I mean when you just change the time belt, you don't have to put this screw here, but now I've just put it to make sure the fuel pump is where it should be, because of the condition of the belt. I just had to make sure it didn't slip. Then the pin from there, I already took it out earlier. Yeah, goes in. So yeah, this pin goes in and out nicely. I'm just gonna tighten these bolts as well. I can just put it on somehow. Tightening torque for these little bolts are 14 Newton meters. Now I'm gonna turn the engine, make sure everything's okay. After I taken off the crankshaft locking pin as well. After turning the engine about 4 revolutions, I put the crankshaft locking pin back in. I'm gonna turn it to make sure it rests on it. Done. It should go in freely. No, it doesn't, so I'm gonna loosen these bolts again and make sure it fits. This pin goes in nice and easy. Those 3 little bolts are loose now. We just hook to our 18mm spanner, and then move it lightly. And it it's in. Yeah, it was just by 0.5 millimeter difference. Tighten them back on. We'll give it again 14 Newton meters. One, two, three. Check again. Three. Done. Alright, now we take this pin out. Tensioner is where it's supposed to be. I'm gonna take the crankshaft pin out, and then I'll just fit everything back together. Right, so now all the pipes are back on, everything is fitted back together. We're gonna crank it now. I had to put the ignition on a few times to fill up the fuel lines and the fuel filter, because I've changed it. And let's see. By the way, 86,000 miles. Running okay. If you did like the video, please like and subscribe. Now I'm just gonna change the oil and everything else, because I'm also gonna do a service on it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.